So, being that we're halfway through this month and the December Daily Junk Journal Challenge, I thought it would be a great time to reflect on what it's been like to junk journal every day and participate in this challenge. A link to the playlist of what I've created so far this month is in the description below if you like to see the progression of this project so far. So, in this video, I am sharing my journal entries from December 10th through the 16th. As I was editing the process clips, I realized that there's a variety of different styles and types of writing that I was doing each day. So I would like to share some insights to each page to help inspire you to try different writing styles and techniques that make your writing stand out. From a content standpoint, my journal entry is an exploration of what I believe presence to mean. There are so many words that I use and come across daily, but rarely take the time to investigate them. For me, presence was one of those words. What's a word or idea that pops up frequently in your life? What does it truly mean to you, and in what context does it exist in? It's often those abstract words like love, pain, beauty that we throw around and rarely take the time to further explore. In this entry, I layered thin tissue paper on the background and wrote directly on top of it. I like this layout for when I know I'll have a lot to say about a topic, and it makes my writing feel like a pattern. I'm also a fan of concealing writing, so I made a little envelope and tucked in a letter written to myself. This entry is a simple one. Instead of handwriting, I threw a note card into my typewriter and wrote about traditions, which was the prompt of the day for our December Daily Challenge. Links that lead to the full list of the prompts are below in the description. I often forget to incorporate typed writing in my journals, but I love doing this when I remember to because once the words are printed, it becomes a new piece of ephemera that I can play with and incorporate in my collage. In this case, I use my writing as part of a pockets design. This is a fun exercise for small bits of writing. This page is busier than I usually make. I layered stickers into a pattern covering the entire page. At first, I thought I was going to layer vellum on top of the stickers to write my entry, but then I realized that there was more than enough quirky spaces in between the mushrooms to fill with my writing. And it doesn't matter where the sentences begin or end, each section of writing becomes its own thought. Rereading this page feels like a puzzle, and I enjoyed the results. I've noticed a pattern in the tone of my writing that I've been doing this month. A lot of entries read like advice or my philosophies on life. They're not revolutionary, and really they're just regurgitations of advice that I've heard before and that have had an effect on me, or they're pulled from lessons that I've learned over the years. But I guess it's important to me on some subconscious level to record them in my journal at this time. There's very little writing on this page. It's not every day that I feel like writing out pages of text or even have an idea that I want to explore. Sometimes I just want to play with materials and images to express an atmosphere and mood. Quotes and titles are a great form of writing if you are also in the mood to just collage. This is another simple page, but the thing that I take away from this one is that I love to draw out my own lines for writing. I like the organic feel of the wobbly lines, and by creating this structure, I can be a little more intentional with the layout and composition of the page. As you can tell, I'm not the best at keeping my handwriting straight, but sometimes I want a little structure, and handwritten lines can create that. The prompt for this journal entry was "If Time Stood Still," which inspired me to want to create a little story about the origin of that saying. Creating a background for a cliche such as this one is a fun way to slip into imagination land. After doing this entry, it reminded me that a journal doesn't have to be all facts or my truth. There is room for fiction. Thank you all for watching and your support in helping us grow this channel. I feel so included in the junk journal community, and I'm so happy to make videos for you all. So let's continue the conversation over on Facebook. You can find a link to join the group below in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.